Hello everybody, this is Kysen here, and welcome back to another episode here on the PitForge SMP. As you can see, today we are back within the Sandcastle City kind of area, and I'm at the storage tomb. So what I thought I'd do today, if we go down here, is start work on these rooms that I talked about last time. So I said about how in this storage area we've got a bit of room here to maybe do like a corridor here with a room going off of it, and perhaps another one here. And what I was thinking would be a good thing to start with would be the smelter, kind of auto-smelter thing. So this is where I'm keeping all my glass at the moment. I've got a load of it in there, as you see. And what I was going to do is, as I am in a desert at the moment, and I'm doing a lot of mining out of sand, I thought it'd be a great idea to do a sand shop on the server. So an auto-smelter would help with that as well. So what I was thinking is if I make a bit of an area here, we could start an auto-smelter, and then that would be a great place to chuck in all of my sand when I get it. And oops, we've run into a bit of trouble straight away here. So that is the lights. So what I'm going to need to do, it seems, is put this stuff back here like this. Let's see, we've got some more stone. Yes, we do. And I'm probably going to have to dig downwards. That's not really a problem, though. We can make a little staircase going down here like this. And yeah, that's cool. So yeah, make a bit of an auto-smelter area. Because that will help with my shop, but also just help with the rest of the game in terms of, you know, whenever I need to smelt larger amounts of items. So I'm going to work on that today. I want it to be, I think, fully automatic. I was toying with the idea of doing a semi-auto, but I think a full auto one would be better, and would probably make better footage for you guys as well. So what I'm going to do is just start off by making a bit of a room here for it down here, maybe tidy this area up a little bit, and I'll do that off camera, just all the digging out of that. And then once I've got a bit of a foundation together, I'll show you guys what we're going to do, and we'll jump right into it. So we're just here at the zombie farm at the moment, and as you can see, I've got my looting sword back on me. I just did a bit of a repair on that. Dusty had been borrowing it, but he came and gave that back to me. So I'm going to get loads of zombie flesh from this in a minute once we get all the zombies here. And the good thing about that is that I can get loads of emeralds in the future and trade them for other things, so that's cool. The other thing is that the reason I'm here is I want to get levels to repair this one. So my Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4 pick. Now, I had a look at this before, and I think it was like 30-something levels to repair it to almost full. So I need to stay here for a little bit and get some levels up before I can do that. I've got plenty of diamonds to do it, though, back at the base. So I'm just going to come here, and what I thought I'd do is I'm just going to leave this for about 5 minutes. I'll come back after 5 minutes, see how many we got here, and if that's not enough, then I'll probably do another 5. And I'll do that on camera, and we'll see how many levels we get. So I'm going to go from level 11. So feel free to have a bit of a guess in the comments and see if you... Oh, he took a shot at me. Yeah, take a guess in the comments and see if you can guess how many levels I'm going to get up to here after... Well, we'll try it after 5 minutes, and then if I'm not high enough, then we'll do another 5 perhaps. So I will be right back. Okay guys, well that's been 5 minutes, and as you can see from the top left corner of my screen where it says E, we're at about 45 zombies right now. So for those of you that weren't aware, E means entities, and in this case when I'm looking here, that's how many zombies there are. So feel free to, as I say, take another guess if you haven't already at what level I'm going to go up to, but let's see, we're at level 11. And I've got no rotten flesh or anything like that on me at the moment, so we'll see what loot we get as well. Now I'm going to need a few hits here because there's a lot of them in here, and some of them have got armor on and stuff. So it's not quite the one. Oh, chainmail. Hopefully I get chainmail armor. That'd be cool. And is that going to kill them? Just one dude left. All right. Is that it? We went to level. Let's do this one as well. There we go. Level 19. And oh, we didn't get any chainmail. We got some gold leggings and enchanted leather tunic. Well, based on that, I think I'm going to need to leave this for probably another 10 to 15 minutes. So let's go right in the middle. 12.5 minutes, guys. Take another guess if you like, and we'll see what level I go up to next time I come back. Well guys, I decided to go away and get on with something while I was leaving my zombies to spawn, and unfortunately I was gone for 20 minutes instead of the 12.5 that I originally planned. So we have got loads here now. As you can see, my E is at 175 right now. So if you made a guess on the 12.5 minutes as to what you're expecting I would go up to, you might want to just adjust that guess now, because this is a lot of zombies. So here we go, 175, I go from level 19. What do you guys think I'm going to go up to? Let's have a look. Let's get some killing done. Here we go. It's lagging a little bit, but I was expecting that. Oh, I thought I saw chainmail there. Pretty sure I saw some chainmail armor there. Is my inventory full? No. Oh, I did. Okay, so we got protection 2 chainmail as well. That's cool. And I'm already on 23, but still a lot of these guys left. Come on. Let's get these guys killed. And there's a lot of loot that's been stuck there as well, so I have to do something about that. Okay, I'm still getting a lot of... oh, my inventory's full up. So I might need to come back here later. Oh, there's only a couple bits actually, just a leather tunic, not a leather tunic, a leather helmet and a gold chest plate by the looks of it. Oh, this guy's taking shots at me. So, I'm at 28 right now, but still a lot of experience here. Let's see what this looks like if I do this. Kind of cool. I can get rid of the cords now as well. So, went from level 19, I believe I was on, and now I'm on to level 31. So I wonder if anybody guessed that correctly. But essentially the reason I did that was I wanted to get my levels up, and I'll just wait until I'm at level 32 in case, so that I can repair this diamond pickaxe and then get on with clearing out the room for the Auto-Smelter. So that'll be the next thing I do. Just need one more zombie here. There we go. And that would get me on to nice level 32. So we're going to head back to the base now. I'm going to dig out that room and then explain to you the design for the Auto-Smelter. Well, if we go down here, guys, you will see that I have been cracking on with the furnace room, and I've got the foundations now laid out, and I know exactly what I want to do with it. It's just a case of doing the finer details. So, as you can see, we've got 8 furnaces here on each side, and I generally work in numbers of 8 when I do these things because it just seems to make more sense. Now, what I want to do is have this here as the output chest, so it's nice and central to the room. That seems to make sense to me, and should be quite functional like that. So what I'm going to do here is, I've got dirt, and this will mimic the hoppers that I'm going to place underneath these, and that'll then take the furnace items, the finished goods, so to speak, out of the hoppers, out of the furnaces in hoppers, and then down and put them in the chest. So what we're going to need here is obviously 8 on each side, so that'll be 16. Then I'm going to need to put a hopper underneath this one, so they will all feed into this one, which will feed down like this and into there. So 8 plus 3 is of course 11, times 2 is 22 hoppers that I'm going to need just for this bit alone. So let's see, 22 times 5 is of course 110. That's how much iron I'm going to need for this project. And I've got more than that. This is all the iron I have on me, but that is of course more than the 110 that I need, and plenty of chests here as well to be getting on with, so that's fine. The next thing to figure out is the input. So the input of both the items and the fuel. Now as far as the fuel goes, I think ideally we'd have just one input chest, just because that's more efficient. But it might need to be 2 depending on how I go with the design. I need to work this one out a little bit more, kind of dig around behind here and start getting some rails and things like that going on. As far as the input for the items though, I was kind of thinking it might be a good idea to keep it separate, so have an input for this side for items and an input for this side for items. Now when I do a big project, if I just need to smelt like a load of cobble into stone or something like that, a load of sand into glass, then yeah, I'll just be filling it up evenly on each side, and having one chest would be better. However, there will be times when I might want to do like a load of glass on this side but a load of cobble on that side, or just do something different. And from an inventory point of view, it might be better to separate it, because that way then I'll have purely sand on this side, purely glass on this side. Sorry, purely, yeah, whatever, glass this side and stone this side, you know, as an output. Then I've just realised that I'm going to be getting the output all put into one chest, and what I've just said makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So I had a bit of a mental gap there, guys. So just thinking about it, what we want to do is have one input for items, one input for fuel, and yeah, that'll be the best way to do it. Now the only other thing is whether a double chest is going to be enough for the output. So yeah, not sure if it will be or not. But probably, because there's only 8 on each side, as long as I come down here regularly, that should be okay. So for now, I'll leave it like this. I can always do something with like a trapdoor or something in the future and dig down and put some chests underneath. But for now, we'll do this. So I'm going to get the input for both the fuel and the items done, and then we'll have a look at how this is going to work. Okay, guys, so I kinda, sorta, slightly, completely made a mistake before in the Auto-Smelter design idea. So originally we were going down here, and the problem is that down in this direction I am actually facing in the north direction. Now that doesn't work, because when I place the rails they connect up with each other and stuff, and essentially you cannot be facing north or south when you're in this direction. You have to face east or west. And I figured this is facing west, so I would remake the room down here. So I've got another room there now, which will be used for something, I'm sure, in the future, enchanting or whatever. But down here is where the Auto-Smelter is going to go, because I messed it up. So no, not to worry, it's all been moved down here now, and one side of this is fully functional, so I figured now would be a good time to give a bit of an update and explain why we're down here instead of in the other place. So, how this works, this is our output chest. Obviously all of this is very ugly right now, I appreciate that, but there will be blocks in front of these hoppers, so you won't be able to see them, and maybe like stairs or something to improve the design, and the flooring is going to be done completely with half slabs to cover all of the hoppers up, and also then the chest will be sort of slightly down, obviously half a block down on the floor, and I think that will look good too. So I've got some ideas of how I'm going to do that, but more on that in the future. Now, I just want to check actually that no dirt went into there, because it will mess up my demonstration if it did. Nope, good, we are ready to go. So over here we have our two input chests, this one being for items and this one being for fuel. So let's put the coal in there, and 64 of the cobblestone in there, and obviously what we'll get is 64 smooth stone out here, but I have to place the minecart hoppers first. And the system that I've done, I'll show you around the back here, it's a very simple system, and it ensures an even distribution of items in all of these places. So let's get this one going first, and if I leave that to go, it'll go on its way. And as you can see, it's stopped now because it's getting the items. And let's give that one a hit as well, and then run out of the way. Oh no, oh. Did I? Yep, I stopped that one. Okay, so if I give that a nudge, it will stop there, pick up the coal, and go on its way again. So they're now off distributing the things, and as you can see, as that one went and distributed all of the coal, it basically lit up the furnaces, which have got the smooth stone in them, 8 in each one. So it works. It's definitely not the most efficient super smelter you'll ever see, or you know, the fastest maybe, but it works, and that's the main thing, to be honest, because I can go AFK and leave this running. The negative points of this, first of all, as I said, it is ugly. Second of all, these chests are not the most convenient. They're not like next to each other or anything like that, so you know, that could be considered a weakness of it, I guess. But the way I look at it is I can come into this corner, you know, input my items, input my fuel, do the same over here, and then just sit here and chill until it's all done. So that does work. One of the other things that is slightly annoying is the way that these minecarts are constantly moving unless they're picking up items. So yeah, I might look at a way around that, or maybe a way of changing that in the future, but it might just be that they have to be here. It's not going to be too bad because the minecarts are still going, and if I go up here and if I stop talking for a second, you'll see there that you can't hear them. So that's pretty good. As soon as I get anywhere away from this furnace room, I won't be able to hear it, and if I am here for any long period of time, it will be because I'm AFK anyway. Now, some of this should have started outputting by now. Yep, there we go, 56. So, and now it looks like we're going to get the rest of it coming in here. 64, and we have our smooth stone. So it works. I need to replicate it on the other side. I need to tidy everything up. But unfortunately, to do that, I need to go mining. So as you can see, I've got 7 hoppers on me and 4 iron, and that is the complete amount of iron that I have left. And I need a lot more hoppers than that to do this design, because as you can see, it's quite hopper intense. You've got hoppers underneath, hoppers on top, and hoppers behind each of these, plus the little stream going into the chest. So not really an issue. I'm going to go do a bit of a mining session right now, get myself the resources I need, and the next update you'll see will be pretty much this completed, I would imagine, because what I want to do now is, as I say, replicate the design on the other side and then put in all the nice blocks to make this look pretty. So I will go and do a lot of work off camera and then give you guys an update when we're pretty much done. Alrighty guys, well the furnace room, the Auto-Smelter, is starting to take a bit of shape. Now this bit here, the stairway down, needs a lot of work doing to it still. It's not done obviously, but once we get down here, then you can see I have made a few changes and started decorating the room and that sort of thing. And if we look over this side, this now is fully functional. So the minecart chest comes down here, picks up all the items and goes back. And as you can see, the items go in this one, the fuel goes in this one. Pretty simple, and it works, which is the main thing. Now this side hasn't been done yet, and I thought what I'd do is show you guys on camera how to do one of these, because they are very easy, and it just kind of made sense to me that you guys may want to do this yourself, so here's how to do it. So the first thing you need to do is obviously put a block there, and this does two things. It stops the minecart when it gets to here, but it's also the place for your redstone comparator to sit on, and it points away from the hopper. Now I think of this as like the 2 and the 1, like a triangle pointing in that direction, so when I say points in that way, that's what I mean. So then you put a block there like that, on top of, so basically next to the comparator, redstone torch on each one, a repeater going back into this block right here, and redstone dust going there and there. Now if you've done this correctly, it's pretty easy to see because this will be lit up as it is right now. and if you put items into the hopper like this, then you'll see that that changes from being lit up to not lit up. Take them out again and it lights up. So that's how that works. When there's items in the hopper that are going down into the chest, that turns off so the chest doesn't move, and once they're all been put through, it goes on again and fires the chest off that way. So yeah, pretty simple. That's how it works. I need to obviously tidy it up so that this end looks like this end, which really is just done by placing all of this stone in around here like this. But once that's done, then I've only got a couple of things left to do in order to complete this room. One is the stairwell, as I already mentioned, and the other is basically just the finer bits of the tidy up here. So I need to add a light up here, which I did on the other side, just to keep it looking nice and bright, like this. And it works out quite nicely because this is the lowest light level and it's still level 8, so I will not get any mobs spawning. I believe actually that I do have some lamps in here perhaps. This is sort of my chest of all the stuff that I'm using up to make this build. Oh, I actually have levers as well. That's awesome. So yeah, I always have a bit of a work area when I do these builds. I find that's makes things a bit easier. So let's get that one going on. There we go. And I'll also put the signs on these as well to indicate which one's which, just in case I forget in future. And yeah, added the magma here. I thought that looked good as a bit of decoration and a bit of lighting. And the rest of it is mostly done. I need to add some more sandstone in there once I'm done getting rid of these chests, and do something a bit nicer with these walls. The only thing is, it's a little bit claustrophobic going down here, so I might offset the design a little bit and sort of do it back like that, so you've got the stairs with something going on there, a bit like what we did with the entrance here, where you've got the stairs and then the wall goes back one. Oh, and also I want to do those lights this episode as well. Get those lamps sorted out properly rather than just being the torches there. So I'm going to go and get on with all of that stuff right now, and then give you a bit of an update once we're done. Well, as you can see guys, the minecart chests are now going up and back constantly, and this thing is done. So this is what they do. They'll just keep going up and back like this until items are put into there, and then they'll stop and collect them, and then go and deposit them, of course. So I did mention this before about how it might be a bit annoying with them going up and down constantly, but to be honest with you, the only time I'm going to be here for any extended periods, I'll be AFK anyway, because I'll be doing a big smelting project, and as soon as we get out of this smelting room, you can't hear them, so it's not really an issue. But yeah, so I've got options. I've got 2 ways of doing the fuel and 2 ways of doing the items, which means that I could have, for example, coal on this side and blaze rods on this side, or something like that if I wanted to kind of mix that up, which I may look to do if I had certain projects that I was doing that were very big and certain projects that were not so big. Then there's times when it could be useful, basically. But even if not, if I wanted to be the same fuel and items on each side, it's only 4 chests I have to go into, which it's not too bad. So I'm pretty happy with the end result. I think that obviously it's very functional. We've got all the output into one place, which is nice. So the 2 sides, I can collect everything when I'm done just in here. And as you can see, I've been working on the design here, just tidying this up. And the overall design I'm fairly happy with. So I added in a crafting bench down here, just because you can never have too many of those around. And tidied up the stone area around here to match on this side. So that's all looking good now. And as you can see, I've done the staircase. So kind of did a bit of design here. Oh, that's my my work chest that's still in there. But that will be sort of covered up, so it will look like that. But I need to obviously get rid of all my items and things once this episode is over. But yeah, so here's the staircase. I went for the magma blocks and the clay with the stairs in the middle. Again, just putting that wall one back just made it feel a little bit better, because it was a little bit claustrophobic before. So yeah, I think that's looking good now. It feels a lot better walking up and down here. And the magma kind of fits in well with the smelting theme, I think, and obviously matches the magma we've got down the end there. So overall, pretty happy with the design. One thing I also did as well is I fixed up these torches, so they're now the proper torches to match the torches all around the walls of this base. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I think it's been a good project to do this early in the game, and definitely helped me with future projects. And in particular, I'm thinking about how I want to do a glass shop, and I'll probably not only build the shop out of glass, but obviously stock a lot of glass in the shop. So getting loads of sand smelted through here will be awesome. But for now, that's going to be about it, I think, guys. So let's finish in the furnace room, shall we? Seems to make sense. And I will say goodbye for now. But as always, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.